Hey guys, well, who would have thought Ginno would make two dramery videos? Not me, don't usually do this. I actually just wanted to do this sort of an update video from the last time I spoke about this situation. At that time I was quite angry. I didn't have all the, resources and news that we have now. And I just want to talk about changed situations and my thoughts on everything. So first of all, my opinion hasn't changed on the drug situation. I still think a lot of the Korean laws are completely stupid. They don't make much sense. They don't promote anything that is actually healthy. And it is not a cultural thing, it is a law. Lots of people were replying, oh, you can't talk about this, it's their culture. It's not culture. Culture would be like me criticizing the role of women in Japan, who tend to be the people who control finances traditionally. If I criticize that, that'd be me criticizing culture. Me criticizing draconian drug laws in Korea is not me criticizing their culture. Just wanted to get that off my chest because there were so many comments that were like, your video is awful because you criticize laws. Then lots of people were saying I was downplaying drugs. I understand that. Like I said many times in the video, in the UK, it is generally about education. We are educated about what drugs do, why they are bad. And whilst we are not encouraged to experiment with drugs, it does happen. And the police don't target the drug takers anymore. They target the dealers and the suppliers because that's where the issue lies. It's the people that are distributing. When somebody is, a police officer is going into a company, they don't, find a singular employee who is doing something wrong. They find the people at the top. They find the people in the middle, the suppliers. And that is sort of what is happening right now with YG. It's almost the perfect example. As of right now, YG and his brother have both stepped down from the company, at least in terms of figureheads. They still own loads of shares. They still have a lot of power in that company. They may no longer be the figureheads in the spotlight, but they still pretty much run the company. And I feel like people are celebrating a little bit too early that they are stepping down. So yes, whilst they may not appear to be in control, we have no idea what's going to happen behind the scenes. There are definitely police investigations going into this, but as we've seen, a lot of the police are quite corrupt. There's a fantastic article that I have found. There's a fantastic sort of blog article sort of collating all this stuff. I'll try to put a link in the description to it. There's some really interesting and suspicious, shady stuff here. So, you'll probably have to dissect it, and you sometimes have to look at it with a cynical eye, because in the end this is news, and it often has been translated from Korean to English. So you can't trust absolutely everything you read on the internet. I saw someone yesterday in the comments posting absolute rubbish, completely rubbish. They didn't link to any sources. When I tried to find any of that information, it was just zero. There was none. So as of right now, there is a lot more information about the whole situation, how YG was trying to cover up the drug taking, the drug buying. Now the issue here for me is the cover up. Like I said before, I have absolutely no issue with BI taking drugs, buying drugs, that sort of thing. To me, it's a bit of a non-issue. The fact that he was able to cover it up is kind of scary. The fact that there was police investigations and YG was buying lawyers for the drug dealer, and what YG was doing all this stuff to hide it. He shouldn't really have to hide it, but given the situation, he did. But the fact that he was able to utilize the police in covering this up is really, really scary, and that just stinks of, countrywide corruption, or at least citywide, and mainly because of YG. So yeah, currently South Korea's Prime Minister, he is fantastic. He's a fairly left-wing politician, which is strange because South Korea is quite a conservative place. Their last government was embroiled in corruption, and this new government, part of its sort of manifesto pledge was that it would eliminate corruption within, officials. Really nice idea. Has it worked? Well, here, this is a very small little area, given it's just a police department, but it doesn't seem to have worked within this situation. And right now, a lot of other idols are sort of getting caught up in this. I know there's a Winner member who is also sort of involved in this now. And it turned out, I believe, that the drug dealer was actually once a YG trainee who was embroiled in the whole weed scandal with TOP. That was like 2 years ago now, maybe a year ago. But I think the scariest part of this is the way he tried to control what this ex-trainee said. He pretty much threatened to ruin her life, which is never the sign of a good person if you're threatening someone to ruin their life no matter what they did. That is never a good thing to say. Some of the lawyers involved sound shady as hell, just pretty much forcing her to say things that just weren't true, just trying to cover all this up. You know, YG does not sound innocent in any of this, especially with all the Burning Sun stuff coming out right now. So I think it's probably right that he has stepped down. I can't imagine him ever being able to clear his name properly now. This is some serious stuff, and it's just a shame that BI has been caught up in all of this as seemingly the center of it, but really, if you think about it, he is not at all, and I think really he's pretty irrelevant to this whole conversation. So once again, I'm just going to say to some of the people that were leaving comments last time, BI is sort of the victim in this situation, and I feel sorry for him to be, involved at all. It's a damn shame. And good riddance to YG. Can't say I really respect the man at all anymore. I used to have a lot of respect for him in the company, but it is all gone. It's all been used up in this situation, the Burning Sun situation, his treatment of past employees like Park Bomb, even his treatment of, idols, just not letting them debut for some reason. It just all seems to be a complete mess, and he's an absolute tit. So that's where I want to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, I don't know. If you enjoy these sort of videos, I might make them more. I know I haven't got all the information, but I think it's pretty hard for me to completely stay up to date because I'm always waiting on translations from Korean to English. It'd be really handy if I learnt another language, but I'm bad at languages. Anyway, cheers. This is going to be me signing off. See you guys soon.